Welcome to Learn by Choice. So in this video we are going to talk about what is Google tax. So there are a lot of news articles related to Google tax. India wants fair share of $100 billion global taxes from Google, Facebook. Consensus to play a key role. Finance Minister on taxing digital firms like Google and Facebook. So there are various news articles. India's equalization levy, the suspense continues. Google tax, the income tax department notifies annual statement. Appeal firms for e-commerce firms. Facebook, Google and Microsoft avoiding $3 billion in tax in poorer nations. So what is Google tax or equalization levy or digital tax? Let us see one by one. So Google tax is otherwise called as EL, equalization levy or digital tax. So this tax is introduced in the 2016, which is at the rate of 6%. So a lot of digital companies, multinational companies, they are providing lot of digital services across the nation, across the world, and they provide services and also they facilitate the local companies to provide digital services. So they earn money, but they don't pay adequate income to the nation where they are earning sufficient consideration. Considering all these things, in the 2016, this Google tax or digital tax was introduced at the rate of 6%. This digital tax, initially when it was introduced, it was only for the advertisements which are provided by these digital companies, global companies. So this 6% is reduced to 2% with effect from 1/4/2020. So this tax is a direct tax which is charged on the transaction, which is payable by these global companies for the services or for the income which they earn from a particular country. So this Google tax or digital tax is introduced at the rate of 2% by amending the Finance Act 2020. So EL or equalization levy is a provision for the government, not only Indian government, for any government to tax the income of the nation. In our case, it's the Indian income of any foreign firm which are not having permanent establishment in India. This is very important, PE. So if they don't have any permanent establishment, it's not that whatever consideration they get from that particular country, they can take it away, but they have to pay at the rate of 2% levy on those considerations. So this digital tax is not only applicable for Google, even though it is called as Google tax, but it is applicable to all companies, global companies, especially the digital companies called Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft. So all these companies which are offering digital services across the world, and these companies, they earn without having any significant business presence in a particular nation. So why this digital tax was introduced? What is the need of it? What is the framework for this? So it's not the India's decision to tax these digital companies. So there is a organization called OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So they did a project BEPS, it's called Base Erosion and Profit Shifting 2.0. So this global body is trying to build a global consensus among the various countries on taxing these digital companies or the digitized economy. So of course the digital companies or digital tax, it affects American companies because most of the global digital corporations are based out of America, they are born out of America. So naturally it will affect the America and also the American companies. So USA, America, it feels that this kind of digital tax or equalization levy is discriminatory. That's why through USTR, it's a United States Trade Representative Organization, they start probing this kind of tax charged by not only in India but by other countries also. So whether this digital tax affects all companies? No, it doesn't affect all the companies. These digital companies which are offering kind of services to Indian companies, if the consideration or if the income they earn from these kind of operations, for example in case of Indian operations, if their income is more than 2 crore, then only the digital tax is applicable. So 2 crore is equal to 2.67 lakh US dollars. So they are exempted. So if a company is earning less than 2 crore Indian income, then this digital tax may not be applicable to them. We have to understand the difference between any corporate tax. So government depends upon the tax, whether it is direct tax or indirect tax. So in the direct tax, corporate tax is one of the important component. So there we have to understand the difference between corporation tax and digital tax. Corporate tax, it's charged on the physical goods, whatever is manufactured or produced in a particular country, and it is very easy to track those physical goods. So in corporate tax, the tax is charged on the income of the company. Whereas in the case of digital tax, there is no physical products, you cannot touch and feel it, but these are all digital services offered through internet. And here the digital tax is a tax or the levy on the transaction, whatever the consideration or they get from a particular company. So this equalization levy is trying to equate this corporation tax and digital tax. They are equating the tax which are charged on a domestic companies and also the foreign counterparts, the digital corporations which are earning sufficient income by providing digital services in a particular country. So what is the need of digital tax? For example, you may ask what is the need of this digital tax? Is it a new phenomena? Yes, it's a new phenomena. In the international tax laws and principles, this is designed in the year 1920. But most of the international tax laws and treaty, they are designed or they are made when there was no explosion like digital explosion like now. So these international tax laws and the principles which are made in the year 1920, it needs changes because they are all outdated, because now many of the things are happening digitally. So OECD took a project, as I told you, the BEPS project. So they did, and they are trying to build that global consensus so that the companies which are earning income from a particular company, they pay tax to that particular nation. So it's not only India which is charging digital tax. There are other countries like France, UK and Spain. And in France it's called as GAFA tax. So how much digital tax is collected in India? From the launch of equalization levy or digital tax in the year 2016, nearly 4,000 crore money is collected. But out of this 4,000 crore, even in this current year, 1,100 crore, so 1/4 of the digital tax is collected even during this year. Because under digital tax and many kind of digital services are included as part of digital tax. Initially when it was launched in the year 2016, it is only on the advertisements, but now the other services also included. So what comes under digital services? So we have to see this. So 2% of the consideration of the digital services. The digital services can be paid by the global corporations to the person resident in India for offering services, or it can also be the services directly undertaken by these non-resident companies through advertisements targeting the Indian residents. And also these global corporations like Google and Facebook, they may use the data of the Indian residents. By using those data, they may earn sufficient income. So on those income, they have to pay 2%. Thank you for watching Learn by Choice. Please subscribe to Learn by Choice for more and more videos. Thank you.